It's starting to feel like Van Halen all of a sudden. All over again.
You didn't get that, did you?
I did. On that note, this is Joe Bassa with Music Radar, the place for music makers, and I'm sitting here with 3/4 of Chickenfoot, Sammy Hagar, Michael Anthony, and Joe Satriani. How you guys?
We are missing one talent, Chad Smith.
Chad Smith
So
is
one talent.
not with us right now, but he's with us in spirit.
Yes. How dare he miss this interview?
His
Just
wife's
because his wife's
having
having
a
a
baby.
baby. What
In
kind of
case you didn't
excuse
know.
is that?
I know. You know what?
What kind of excuse is that,
Exactly.
Sam?
A true band member would
Yeah.
be here under any circumstances.
Shame on him.
It's like I said before, it's not very good timing of a drummer.
Oh boy, you got does that have more than one meaning there?
Joe had a little stab in
Yes.
him already. Woof.
Okay, Chickenfoot. Now, last I talked to you guys, I was told that was a working
By
name.
probably each of the four of us.
Yes, that was a working name, but it seems the name has stuck. Is it?
Joe, Mike.
You guys
It
couldn't.
just seems like it's just gone so far, and over the internet and whatever. It's just gotten out so big that it's.
I had one guy say to me, I'm saying, yeah, what's the name of your new band? So, something like, the Nine. We were going to call it the Nine there for a while. We were, Joe and I were really kind of hot on that for a while. And then some guy goes, it was not exactly, but a guy who said something like, oh, you mean Chickenfoot? Oh, yeah. It's like no matter what we called it, it would be like, hey, have you heard the new so-and-so record? No, who's that? Chickenfoot. Oh, yeah, Chickenfoot. Yeah, I've heard that. That's great, So we were kind of stuck with it. And, the more we see it in print and stuff, as people start coming up with word, I'm starting to like it.
At first, people would say, wait, Chickenfoot, you can't be kidding. What kind of name? What a silly-ass name, blah, blah, blah. And then you kind of go, well, it's a working name. So you kind of like you're on the defensive. But lately now, people ask me, I go, Chickenfoot. And you look at them and they go, well, all right.
Yeah, I've had a couple young people say, wow, that's a cool name, Well, yeah, I guess it is. Hey, it's really about the music.
And Joe, you were very definitive with me, however. You said it will not be called Chickenfoot. I guarantee it.
That's right.
And
that was
you lost that bet, huh?
That was our sort of our public statement there for a while. I think because we were kind of feeling it out, but I think secretly everyone was thinking like, well, what's wrong with that name? It's a pretty cool name. It's got the mojo and the voodoo and I think the odd thing is that we became Chickenfoot, whatever that means. I mean that's part of what happened in Chad reminded us the other day. It's been a year since we got together and jammed, and there were tours. Everyone was off working, and we would get together. I mean, we've played not very much together, but we somehow wrote and recorded a record, and we became Chickenfoot in the process. So.
Right.
It's really true. We kind of became it. It's like, okay, I guess that's who we are. But the music is swampy. The music is funky. The music is hard rock. It's all these. It's down and dirty. It's tripped out. I mean, it's like it's as stripped out as a fucking Chickenfoot. You ever look at one of them things?
Now, you guys have been referred to as a quote-unquote supergroup because you all come from big bands and big solo careers and all that. Do you feel like there's too much expectation put on the band?
It's funny. I haven't even really thought about it like that. You hear a person here or there mentioning supergroup, but I know within us four, I don't think of it like that. I just think of it like we're having a great time. Just
when you're hanging around with Joe and Chad, and Mike every day, there's nobody pretending to be anything. So it's not like somebody's trying to bring that arrogance or that all that luggage with them into this project. The cool thing about being grown up, have been through all these big bands, if you want to call it that, supergroups. The cool thing about coming through it is that we've kind of all been through all the jive in the early days, And even in the Van Halen, when I joined Van Halen, the reason we lasted 11 years, like most bands don't last. The reason we lasted 11 years is because we were pretty grown up. It's like okay, no, nobody's head's in the wrong place. It's all about the music. This band is really about the music.
We're all pretty established. I mean, we're our own individuals, just like Sam said. It's not like we're 20 years old where everybody's like, hey, we're trying to be this, we're trying to be that.
We know exactly
whatever.
what we're trying to do.
We know exactly what we are and what we're doing. And
we're trying to make a great, great songs.
But if people
playing.
want to perceive us as a super group, well,
And I don't know about Joe, but I'm tired of being the boss. It's a great thing to get kind of out from under that and rely on your bandmates to make decisions and stuff. Otherwise, when you're solo artists, man, that's a lot more work than everybody thinks.
Well, before you guys got together and jammed and then decided, okay, this is something, this could be a band, did you guys have any discussions about what this band should avoid, having been in band situations before? Like, let's not have what we had in this band, let's avoid this, that kind of thing.
I don't think there was any from that to the recording. I don't think there was any kind of discussion as far as how we should act or how we should play or anything. Everyone just kind of.
You had no time. There was no.
The one thing that's kind of
we
funny,
were avoiding our other schedules.
So the one thing that is really interesting though is because between us four, we have had interaction and played together in different. Like Chad comes down to Cabo and jams with Sam. Some years back, Sammy and I had a thing going with Neil Sean and Dean Castronovo that we were going to possibly do, and Joe came and jammed and was going to possibly be part of that. And so it was kind of weird because all four of us were kind of like had played together with each other. Then I came down like
it wasn't Sammy strange. It didn't feel strange ever. Feel real comfortable from the beginning. Yeah. But we didn't talk about let's be like this or let's not be like that. We definitely didn't do that, man. Joe came in with this music, that he just said, here, I got this guitar riff thing idea, and it starts playing it, and Chad chimes in and Mike chimes in, and I just start scatting, and boy, it just dictated. I mean, that's the way we did it, song by song. We did it just like that.
But what I guess I'm getting at is personality-wise, having been through different bands, did you guys kind of like really suss out each other? Like, okay, well, let me make sure this guy's not crazy like so and so.
You mean Chad?
I don't think collectively we spent enough time, all four of us together, to really get into that. You never know. Once maybe we go on tour, maybe Joe and Sam will go Chingasos one night, or who knows what. No, it won't happen. But
Joe won't hang around me on tour, I guarantee you. I'm way too crazy for Joe. Joe's the guy that keeps us all saying, oh man, better not do that. Like, Joe, he ain't going to go for no stuff like this, right? Like bringing in...
Joe might turn out...
like bringing in like the naked pigs and stuff, you know what I mean? And let them off the leash.
Joe might turn out to be the craziest out of all four of us, though, too. You never know.
Chad's the craziest one. I'm telling you right now, Chad's the craziest guy. Joe's the straightest guy with the most twisted mind, though. Like, he's got the smart mind, and Chad's got the reckless mind, and Mike and I are just ready to go along with whatever happens, We're like, okay, bring in the pigs.
Now, Joe, this has been something that you've wanted to do for quite some time. Be part of a vocal-oriented rock band.
Yeah, since I was a kid.
Somehow, you had this big career as an instrumental guy.
By accident.
By accident.
Just kind of fell into it.
Let's say Chickenfoot is successful. What happens to the solo career?
I'm sure it just, when there's time for it, it pops up and we have a great time with it. I mean, I would think that everybody else wants to keep doing their own thing. I mean, I can only say that from my own perspective, it's quite unique because I did fall into, as you well know, into the instrumental thing just by accident, and it was so much fun. It was so natural to do that I just went with it.
Yeah,
and
it worked.
I had this amazing career being able to play all that stuff on stage around the world. But this, in the last 6-7 weeks, it's been pretty amazing to see an idea that we thought we'd be able to have a couple of days here for a week there for all of a sudden being in the studio and watching it come together.
Yeah.
And it would be like, wow, this is like I'm in a band and I'm in a band with these guys.
What is the status, now Chad's not here, but as far as you know, what is the status of him being in this band?
He's fired. That's why he's not here.
Oh, okay. Well,
Dad,
next question. No, but when he and I...
You'll be receiving an email.
Let me send it to him right now.
When he and I spoke last fall, he indicated that he had a year clear, to do this band. I guess before the Chili Peppers were going to reconvene. Mm-hmm. I recently spoke with John Frusciante from the Peppers, and he basically said the Chili